Sunbathing like they're being clean by the light. Brothers kicking ball, trying to scheme on the slide. Wanna make a pass, not at a single G on their side. Got double D's on their mind. No boy, they in my vision. So right now it seems possible I'll complete all my missions. Things ain't normal, but I mean that in a good way. Cause today might be a good day. I ain't saying that we're flexing formal, but today just ain't normal. And I mean that in a good way. Today might be a good day. When everything's moving for you and them haters ignore you, know you're going to a good place. Today might be a good day. Shucks, feel about my brothers that be dear to me. Get it? No clouds on the motive, it be clear to we. Puff, puff, pass, sip a little bit. And if I puff, puff, pass, take the ball and kick it just like a player. Pissed if you don't score, it's all part of the game and aiming for a draw. When the sun is beating hot, he's common as a taxi. Push a mini, but we first trapping it at max 8. Cruising, smelling barbecue smoke. Be looking similar to the aftermath of my toe. Hit a man and busting them jokes like we're comedians. But that can all change, cause we're comedians. Adapt whenever the heat is on. But it's cool, and I ain't talking about the temp, and haven't seen any pigs more gas than air vents. And that ain't normal, but I mean that in a good way. Seems today might be a good day. I ain't saying that we're flexing formal, but today just ain't normal. And I mean that in a good way. Today might be a good day. When everything's moving for you and them haters ignore you, know you're going to a good place. Today might be a good day. Just chilling with the family, making money be the plan and the way. We always try and hold it down, can't be the aim in the way. We just wanna breathe easy, and you know it ain't every day. So when it's good, you say. I ain't saying that we're flexing formal, but today just ain't normal. And I mean that in a good way. Today might be a good day. When everything's moving for you and them haters ignore you, know you're going to a good place. Today might be a good day. I ain't saying that we're flexing formal, but today just ain't normal. And I mean that in a good way. Today might be a good day. When everything's moving for you and them haters ignore you, know you're going to a good place. Today might be a good day. Early morning, brother, wake up. Getting dough on the list before I bake up. Herbalist, green be the thing. Word to my vegetarian team. Through the sun shining, step out to taking all the beams. The way talking about them rays that be gleaming down on me. Seen, whipped clean, leaving scars on the tarmac. Bass box beating, schooling youngers on my class act. I'm seeing birds who can fly. Sunbathing like they're being clean by the light. Brothers kicking ball, trying to scheme on the slide. Wanna make a pass, not at a single G on their side. Got double D's on their mind. No boy, they in my vision. So
welcome to STFU. I'm Heath Pierce. We have Aaron West again, and guess who's back from his lovely little vacation trip in the Socialist Lounge? We have, what's your name?
My name's Patrick. What's up? I was gone. And Dash was really good, but I'm glad to be back. I was in Belgium and Sweden, and now I'm back, so let's party.
Okay, cool. Any calls to action you want to send out to the crowd? Right, we're getting started here. They've been waiting hours for this. It's like a new drop on Supreme where people wait down the street trying to get onto the show.
Isn't that for you?
No, you don't have it. You don't have anything you want to ask them? Okay. Hasn't been watching the games. Guys, we're going to talk about Champions League today. We're going to talk about Champions League. Yesterday, we were talking about some injury protocol, and we have a special guest coming on, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And guess what? We have a wonderful giveaway. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's worth over hundreds of dollars that we're going to be giving away. Starting today, but we're going to be giving it away on next week's show. We'll be announcing the winner, so make sure you stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it, because if you like the game, you're going to like what we're going to give away. So first off, let's start with PSG against Real Madrid. All you guys called me crazy. Said I was doing hot takes in the comments on one of our shows recently where I said Real Madrid was going to beat PSG because they were the current European champions. And you don't bet against them because they have a guy named Ronaldo who is the top scorer in the group stages. You guys laughed. You guys made fun of me. You teased me. You bullied me. A little bit internet bullying, a little real-life bullying.
Bro,
but here we are.
You need to go ahead and just shine because, like, they talked that, I can't say the word on live, but they talked SHIT, bro.
Yeah,
they talked a lot of it to you. Yeah. Bad words, and you should just go ahead and stunt a little bit.
Okay.
Let them know.
How do you
Let
feel
them know.
about that?
The reality is I watched the entire game, and the result happened in a way that a lot of people said it wouldn't happen, and you said it would, and that's where we are now.
I'll be honest. You can't see it right now. You'll see it in a little bit. I got pit stains, okay? And that came from the game because when PSG went up, I was like, this is bad news.
He was sweating. You were sweating.
So many chances, but they came back. The boys came through. You know, growing up right outside of Madrid, I identified with this club for most of my life, and to see them shine the way that they are, especially being 126 points out of the title race in the league, felt good. Is this Ronaldo's last year in Madrid, though?
First of all, isn't Santiago Bernabeu your cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you.
Sir Santiago Bernabeu.
Yeah, sir.
That's not a thing, and he's not a good person. So
why not?
we're not going to get into that. It's not a political.
You brought it up. Get into it.
I mean,
I'm just saying,
give us a
why is he not a
30-second
good person?
rundown on why
You have 20
Santiago.
seconds to address to the crowd why they shouldn't support Santiago Bernabeu.
Santiago Bernabeu was a fascist. He fought for under Franco during the Spanish Civil War, and that should not be something that you get a stadium named for yourself after.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not a political show. Let's get off this. I'm
All
going
right.
to get yelled at.
Let me ask you this, Pat. Would you rather be named Santiago Bernabeu or a big brand buys the naming rights for it? Those are your two choices. Which one do you want? A big brand name, right?
That's hard.
Also, you know,
Capitalism or communism? What do you want?
It could be a big brand that
no, communism he wants.
Oh no, sorry.
I'm just going to explode. So.
You're just going to explode?
There's no good answer. There's no good answer.
Guillotine. That's the only answer to that, right?
Yeah, guillotine.
Is this Ronaldo's last year in Madrid? I mean, we know he's not. I don't think he's going to go to another league. I think he's going to go to MLS at a certain point. But is it Miami or is it LAFC or LA Galaxy where he ends up?
I don't think this is his last year.
Okay.
I think he maybe goes one more year, especially because I think he would. I don't think he's wants to go to MLS yet. I don't think in his mind he is ready to move on to that.
Found your brush.
Oh, there it is.
It's under the table. Sorry.
I was looking for.
I
I think he maybe wants at least 1 or 2 more years left at the quote unquote top level. But I think it's weird because I think the next destination would be like a United going back to his old club or something. But I don't necessarily know if.
But do you really think that that's a smart move for him?
No,
or
I don't.
United?
I don't. I don't think there's a good destination for him right now. To be honest, I don't think Madrid. He should be in Madrid anymore. I think Madrid should probably move on from him. I don't think he's quite a good fit for them. But I don't see where he would go. Like PSG would maybe be it, but there's Neymar chilling right there.
Pat's rubbing his hands together in my peripheral. And I don't know if he's like listening to music or something in the earpiece. What's going on over there?
I'm just being me, man. I'm just being me.
It looks like when Birdman sees like the first Cash Money video drop.
I don't get that reference.
All right, well, tell us what's going on. Is there anybody asking anything, saying anything? We want to discuss anything?
I've only got 2 questions loaded up. I should be making them
Hey,
myself.
be thankful for the 2.
Yeah.
We respect all of them.
We've got who will win after both legs between PSG and Real, and also what happened to Dash. 2 pretty related questions, I'd say.
Dash was placed on administrative leave because he called too many people rats, and being as we're a live show, some of those people took offense to us. We had a few of those people single-handedly writing letters to us, handwritten letters to us, and so Dash was placed on administrative leave, paid leave, because we respect him for taking that stance. We just can't really stand up for him. Having said that, John Joe Shelby also sent a message from last week for being a little too hard on him, but sent a message directly to Dash as well, so he's got a little bit of an off-balancing. Just kidding. Dash is right behind the camera, shaking his hands up, saying Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea right now, and wearing a Chelsea t-shirt. We can't show you him because, we just can't. But, yeah. And what was the other question?
It was just it was PSG and Real who wins over 2 legs.
Have you guys not been watching our shows? Yeah. Real Madrid's going to win. Real Madrid is going to win. That third goal, I think, was the dagger. It's kind of one of my questions about this. Do you think that third goal was the dagger to be able to go and play away?
Yeah.
They got a road goal.
At 2-1, I was like, all right, there's Pat is
saying,
keep
going, finish. And after, I got a question for you. Sorry.
We know how the show works, Pat. We know another question is going to be coming in anytime soon. We'll get back to you.
At 2-1, I was like, all right, PSG, still a very, very good chance. Okay. 3-1, I was like, ooh, it's going to be tough now. That away goal was big, but I don't think PSG have the mentality to come back after this. Especially after last year, bro.
They were good, though, to start the game.
They were
really good.
But here's the thing. The game is 90 minutes.
What are you saying again, Pat?
What's up, Patrick?
Aaron,
yes.
Please describe Marcelo's pass with one word.
Which pass? The one to the back post?
No, the cross-field one?
Probably that one. This is from Caleb. I'm going to say in any language. I'm adding my own little part of it, because I know you're multilingual, which is really impressive.
I just want to say, just a weird little,
That's okay.
Oh, God, it was so nice. From the one Caleb, I think, is describing is the ball, I think it was second half, the ball from the left side of midfield, like maybe right behind midfield, all the way across.
Look at that. We have highlights. We have access to highlights. Show your hand. Show your hand.
Ronaldo is that one.
Look at that.
Look at the. Just take a look.
Show it from the reverse angle. Show it from the reverse angle that we have.
We should have
look at that. We paid a lot for those rights. You see
Yeah.
that? You just walk somebody through one of the best passes in the history of the game.
This is what you get when you come to Couple 90s live YouTube. You get me reenacting.
That's right. You guys want rights, you get it.
Sick.
We don't say no to any rights. But by the way, guys, I want to say we respect all of you guys for tuning in for us. Whether it's one person, I don't know, or 500 or 5 million people, we respect each and every one of you. We love that you guys join us every single week. We do this every single week at 5 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you join in and get in on the conversation. Get in the comments. Give Pat a hard time. Give us a hard time. Tell us how smart or stupid we are. Either way, there's no wrong answer to this. Is Thiago Silva done? Is he done? I looked at Pat like he's gonna get this sort of.
Yeah, the thing is, man, it's one or the other. It's not gonna be a simple answer. He's gonna be done or he's not gonna be. And that's where it's gonna be. Back to you guys.
Okay. Good answer. Back to you. Hey, I have to say something.
Back to you in studio.
If you guys watch it, I wish we still have a photo from last week when Dash actually brought his own mic from home, old school radio style. I don't think we have it, but either way, it looked a lot cooler than what Pat's current setup is. So I respect Dash for doing that.
Here's the thing. Dash came with the accessories, but Pat comes with the knowledge, and that's what's important. That's why Pat is the top tier.
I live and breathe the game.
Yeah. If you could combine Dash, who's just either calls everybody a rat, or everybody trash, or everybody very, very good, doesn't have anything between, and you mix that with Pat's just complete indifference, you'd probably have some pretty well-rounded opinions, right? You'd have some things you'd be like,
you'd have one
whatever.
Human.
You'd have exactly.
You'd
have an entire human, a fully functioning human being, which I love the thought of so much. Dash isn't having it right now. It's just over there deep in the comments trying to sense up over the Pat.
He just tosses the
Pat's
V's.
airboxing right now.
He tosses the V's, my guy.
Tell us about that jersey you got on next to you.
This jersey is, I mean, I'll tell you what I know. And this is
we
Las
would
Vegas
love
Lights
to know what you know.
New kit, and it is something else. It made a lot of waves I'd say internationally, because it is some.
If you had to give it a rating from 1 to 10, what would you give it? You personally.
I don't know, man.
Just throw out a number.
Are you afraid to take a stance on this right now?
I'll
throw out a number, my guy.
Because, well, first of all,
oh my God.
Go first of all.
Guy has the. Are you having a panic attack?
Let me get it.
Trying to make a decision.
the comments are full of Liverpool questions, but quickly, I'll give this a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Because I really like the color scheme. I feel like it's super unique.
Flip up the bottom.
Flip up the bottom.
Yeah.
And when you score, you get
emoji.
Little
Do you see that?
Move your arm.
Do you know how to work with the camera? Have you ever worked with the camera before?
No, I don't do much.
Because you just block the whole thing?
Sorry. Color scheme, very cool. Concept.
Well, you're still the worst at that. You got one thing to do, and that's show them the emoji that's at the bottom. There it is.
Concept, very cool. But execution, I think it could have. It's a great shirt, and we're all having a good time here on the live show.
All right, so let's move on to the other Champions League game. We got a lot of people talking about Liverpool. Liverpool wins 5-0. I mean, is the Champions League even serious anymore? I mean, do people even take it?
Scrap
do
the
people
tournament.
even take it serious
scrap
anymore?
The tournament. If Liverpool's winning 5-0, scrap it. No, those guys are scary right now.
They are very, very good. Could they actually win the Champions League?
Yes. Over 2 legs, there's a lot that can happen, especially if they can get to the final. When literally
only get one leg in the final.
That's true. I'm like, but that team is there's such like lightning in a bottle. They're either going to be awful or they're going to just run you over, which is we've seen a lot of both this year. But when Salah is on, when Firmino is on, when Mane is on, they have midfielders that, depending on the day, can do the job. If Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip are on, and they don't have like random fullbacks. I honestly think on any given day, Liverpool can beat anyone in the world.
All right.
So I don't think they will win Champions League, but I think they have a legitimate shot at it.
Okay. That's kind of sitting right in the middle. Pat! What's anybody saying? Everybody?
I mean, everyone's talking about Liverpool.
Okay. Well, what are they saying?
Let's see. Let's find a question. Sorry, I was addressing an audio concern. Are Liverpool actually being tested yet? Their group seemed weak, and Porto was a good draw.
I mean, the first goal, I think, kind of broke the seal for them. It wasn't, maybe it was the second goal. No, it was the first goal. It kind of went through the keeper's hands. A little bit disappointing. But either way, Liverpool are really, really good. I think they're in very good form right now. The question is, and we've talked about this on other live shows, on some of our editorial in the past, like, at this point in the season, is it better to secure qualification for next year's Champions League and focus on that, or go after the trophy this year, right? You're talking about a Man City still involved. You're talking about, well, could have been PSG or still could be PSG, but you have Barcelona. You have, Dash is in the room, so I feel bad saying this, but like Chelsea probably aren't going to be in the final. But
I don't feel bad saying that at all. That's great.
I just feel bad. Dash is a really, really nice guy.
Why do you feel
He's
bad?
a really good guy. I'm trying to apply his sort of like mentality towards everything, where you just kind of love everything, or you hate
it. Yeah. Here's the thing: Chelsea rats.
Chelsea rats?
They're all rats.
Okay. But do you focus on Champions League, or do you focus on securing Champions League for the next year? Both as a business and as a club.
As a business, I think, like, as a club business, I think you have to secure Champions League qualification. That's what keeps you going every year. That's where you get your money. That's where you get eyes on your club. Even if it's just 6 games a year, those 6 games, you bring so much money, so much prestige for the club. If you're participating in Champions League, automatically you're in the running for top players.
Yeah.
But for Liverpool, I mean, they're not going to win the league, and I think they're going to be good enough.
Second place finish would be nice.
A second place finish would be nice, but it's not any really different from a 4th place finish.
Yeah,
other
but
than, or 3rd place finish.
In the league, you've got United, you've got Chelsea knocking on the door, right? You've got, Arsenal's pretty much out of it now, but you've got Tottenham as well, 4 out of 5.
Is your argument that they should or is your question that should they rotate more for the league? Or
my thing is that it's hard enough to play through a winter break. We've seen that, right? And everybody can call BS on that, but statistically, it just supports that all the time. Like, at least the last 4, 5, 6 years, British teams have not done well deep in the Champions League tournaments, right? Or have gone on to win the Champions League tournaments. But not only that, but now you're in a tight race to finish second or finish top 4 to get a Champions League spot. Like, that's a lot of pressure to put on your team, and you're also trying to focus on winning a Champions League, because you can't tell me the way that Liverpool's playing right now that they don't actually have this expectation to win a Champions League. And I think everybody at this point in the tournament, there's not one team saying, well, if we go out now, it's successful. Every team's saying, like, how can we stay in this and how can we go to a final? And we've seen it in the past that it's not always the best teams. It's teams that manage their campaigns across, or the campaigns across all their campaigns are the ones that go deep into the tournament, or at least have a chance at winning it.
I mean, we're looking at pure history. Like, Liverpool should focus on Champions League. They've won it more recently. I think it was 2005. They have Champions League pedigree. Jurgen Klopp hasn't done anything in the league for a while, but I think in a cup, like, he's such an unpredictable the way his teams play. I mean, they do play kind of predictably, but it's just such a whirlwind. I think in Champions League that could be where they really make their noise.
Let's talk a little bit about Jurgen. You're just shaking your head. You don't even know what I'm going to say that. But let's talk a little bit about Jurgen Klopp. He's a guy that, like, how long do you think this whole lovey-dovey, hug your players, love your players lasts, right? Until they have to actually start winning trophies. Because prior to this last recent run of games, his record wasn't different than Brendan Rodgers. It wasn't any better, and it didn't really set him apart other than the fact that he was more approachable, he's better with the media, he was more friendly, he seemed to have, like, this rapport with his players. I mean, how long does that last?
Yeah, I think he's probably got one more year with no silverware before, like if he goes through this season and they don't win anything.
But what about like a League Cup? You think that gets him in more time?
I think that gives him a little leeway, because the team is, on the eye test, they're getting better every year. They're competing for more. They're actually looking like they're legit contenders in a lot of ways. They've got world-class players. They've got Mo Salah. They've got the guys that Klopp wanted to get in, and he said it was going to be a long-term thing. And Liverpool, like, their hierarchy kind of said, yeah, we're going to go with that. But if they don't get a trophy of any sort this year, I think next year, like, the pressure is on. Like, he has to win something within the next 2 years.
Trophies.
Ain't
got no war for that.
Trophies.
Drake's the best.
They don't.
Pat, what's going on in the comments?
There's a lot going on in the comments,
Okay.
and actually I'm doing a dual role right now, as I am on camera, but I'm also working on an audio situation. We sound as pristine and as great as possible.
Well, if people are having audio issues or we sound bad, we apologize for that. We're working on it.
So,
but either way,
listen.
hopefully you can at least understand us and are enjoying it so far, and keep those comments coming. All right.
So, I want to save our good stuff for when the audio is. We get the thumbs up on the audio. So I'm going to talk about something a little less important, which was my trip, why I was gone last week. You guys cool with that?
Yeah. I mean, sure. It's not. We didn't really discuss it in our run of show, but since you decided to.
I mean, I'm being. There's someone on the floor right now.
Just talk about your trip. We would love to hear about your trip.
This is what happened. And because this Sunday, tentatively, a documentary on Östersund, who are playing Arsenal in Europa League, is coming out this week, and we went to Östersund. Östersund is the name of the city, and it was one of the most incredible things I've ever experienced.
What was your favorite thing there? Was it the socialism?
That was a big thing that I was really into. But I think the best, I mean, outside of the football club itself, which was absolutely amazing, the best thing is I saw the Northern Lights.
Did you really?
The New York Cosmos lights.
Did you take this picture that's up on screen right now?
That's a cool photo.
Yeah, I can't really see that screen. I don't have that luxury.
Quick question to our producer in the corner. I don't have any photo credit on that photo that we've used. And we've got a very sensitive shooter editor in-house.
There's me in Stockholm.
If he took that photo and his name is not on this live show, there is going to be an issue.
No, that was my photo.
You did not take that photo.
Yes, I did. That's a photo from my camera. Phone.
He sounded so sad that you questioned him on that.
Because nobody lets me have anything at this company.
It's a photo on my camera.
Can we get the photo of me with the kebab the size of my head? Thanks.
Wow, that is a large kebab. Absolute unit. The size of it.
Blocking you.
Make him king.
I was in awe of the size of that kebab.
It's absolute unit.
But dude, we discussed this. You and I are
kebab heads.
Kebab heads. I'm the king's kebab. You're a prince, or whatever they have.
A local regent.
Yeah, I'm the king because I come from a monarchy of kebabs.
Yeah, I don't believe in monarchy. Okay. Guillotine.
But we talked about that type of kebab is not as good as the thinly cut, kind of pita style, where you stuff it and it's nice and thin. This is more of like a bread sandwich style kebab.
Yeah, it was.
Which I respect, because it's better than not having kebab.
It was thick bread, and it was I like little ones, little pouch, vegetables in there, big time, and then the sauce, because this was a very thick sauce, and I like a little bit more thin sauce. But it was the size of my head, which is kind of cool. Let us know in the comments, guys, how you like your kebab, and hopefully this audio is in a good place here soon. But
where are you here?
What's up? Oh, that's in front of the Hjamkraft Arena. You don't pronounce the J, I don't think, but there'd be no way of knowing for sure because none of us speak Swedish.
You're saying it's Amkraft Arena?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I straight up don't know. Is it you lived in Sweden? Legend at Gothenburg.
That's true.
How would you say that?
I saw a tweet recently that said it's good to see Mixed Discord come back because we hold him in the same esteem as Heath Pierce, and we wish Heath Pierce would have stayed at the club longer because he would have achieved Hjalmar Jansson status. Hjalmar Jansson, who they call a king, played it, I think, the club almost his whole career, and this Icelandic guy basically became Swedish. They loved him, and they put me right below him, which was kind of cool because I was only there for like, I don't know, 8 months.
That's amazing.
Something like that. Yeah, it was cool. It felt really good. But it was from one fan. He was speaking for everybody, and I just ran.
The only king from Sweden is Henrik Larsson. That's fun to say.
What's Henrik Larsson's nickname since you love Celtic so much?
I saw the actual King's Palace when I was in Stockholm.
No, answer the question. You love Celtic. Henrik Larsson's your favorite player. What's his nickname?
Big man.
Big boss man.
The one of the best, one of the big guys.
Starboy.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
look at that picture. Me, Pete, and Mike, obviously.
All right, so let's move on then to yesterday's Champions League. Aaron, your boys, Juventus, went up big time, fell hard big time.
Hard.
Let's start with just Harry Kane. How good is he? Is he the best in the world?
He's so good, man. I think right now on form, he's the best in the world. He gets his shots off so quickly. Like, if you give him any sort of space, like, he's getting shot off. And it's both feet. It's typically, and it's almost always on target. And that's so dangerous for a striker. I know it sounds cliched to say, like, he gets his shots on target. Mm-hmm. But a lot of guys miss often the target. And, like, even if he doesn't score, Ronaldo misses the target a lot.
Miss the target.
He puts shots on goal, which helps his team out because there are all kinds of chaos that happens from the rebounds. He's so good, man. He's so strong. He bullied who was it they played over this weekend? What team was that?
What team was it?
Who did they play?
No, Harry Kane.
One of those other North London teams.
We're not going to talk about it. It doesn't matter. But he bullied those guys. It wasn't Arsenal.
1-0. We won the series. Arsenal won the series.
Oh, you're talking about...
It's true.
Arsenal won the series. If this was an American setup, you'd win the series, you get a trophy for it.
It's true. But yeah, Harry Kane
North
is
London series.
Absurd.
That's funny.
The kid's absurd.
You like that?
That's good. That's a good fun.
I got a question for you,
Adds
Heath.
relevance. 2 goals to 1.
Is Harry Kane going to Real Madrid this summer?
I've got another question for you then, before I answer that.
All right, Pat.
Okay.
Is Neymar going to Real Madrid this summer? Because you're not spending $500 million. Think about this, $500 million. Those people could literally go and buy like 7 different clubs and bring them up from the second division with the resources of having $500 million.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say if...
Or you could buy like a quarter of an NFL team.
If PSG go out in this round of 16, I'm going to put it at 67%.
Okay.
A number I just pulled out of nowhere.
2/3 roughly.
Yeah, roughly. So 66.6 repeating, of course.
Over 2/3.
Yeah, repeating, of course.
We got a number crunch on that. What else is going on? Anybody have any thoughts on Harry Kane? Is he the best striker in the world right now?
Let's see. Any comments? No, I was about to ask a question about Juventus.
Okay, ask it.
Well, no, I mean, is this the end of a Juventus defense era?
Yes. Yes.
You can speak to that.
It is. Gigi Buffon is not the Gigi Buffon he used to be. I mean, he's old. He's like 40 years old. Actually, no, he's closer to 77. But
you can see the way he moves. His feet aren't fast anymore. He can read the game really well. He can make those big saves, but like
he sees it, but he can't get there quite as much as he used to be able to. Barzagli is, I believe, 36 years old. Chiellini is in his 30s. Bonucci is gone.
It was sad to see Bonucci go.
Yeah, and honestly, that was a move that literally benefited no one. Bonucci's been awful at Milan. Milan has been bad.
I'll let Frank hear that, because Frank's running on this, like, AC Milan's been unbeaten in like 7, but they tied 5 of them streak right now. He's trying to hold on to me. He also turned his back on me. Frank, you guys know FIFA Frank. Turned his back on me and is trying to get me called out for the things I say. Real Madrid. PSG go up 1-0 and Frank's screaming for it. Engagement, go after Heath. And it's just like,
He's not holding you down, bro.
He's not.
And honestly, it's because he's a small, sad man.
It hurts my feelings.
We know you're watching, Frank.
It hurts my feelings a little bit. Pat, what else is going on?
Besides Kane, who are the best number 9s in the world? Oh man, that's not really about Kane, but I already got the question. I saw Kane and I jumped on it.
Best number 9s?
Yeah.
Oh, like as in like just best strikers, I'm guessing, or like best traditional number 9?
Luis Suarez for me.
Gonzalo Higuain.
Higuain's on there.
Someone said Suarez is better than Kane.
Robert Lewandowski is on there.
One love.
Edinson Cavani is on there.
Mohamed Salah.
Oh, money.
Dude, that song's that thing
is this just number 9s? Is the question just number 9s?
It's only players who wear the number 9 physically.
Wow, that's
a lot harder.
That's gonna be tough, honestly.
Neymar,
across all sports.
Sergio Aguero, he doesn't wear number 9, but Sergio Aguero is on that list for me of best strikers in the world. Yeah, I think we named most of them. Yeah, unfortunately, I hate him so much, but Mauro Icardi is on that list for me.
He's Kane.
Well, what about Gonzalo Higuain? Polarizing player, right? Here's my thought on this. All right, he has 2 goals, could have had a hat trick, totally duffs the penalty. But here's the thing that I'm thinking: if you're a striker and you score 2 goals, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to do more.
You did your job.
You can't expect to have to score 3. The hard part is that he had a penalty. He should score that every single time.
Yes.
But you also can't expect him to have to score 3, because under other circumstances, 2 should have been enough to win that game 100%. They didn't get it done.
And that's like part of like the frustration and how amazing Gonzalo Higuain is, because his first goal was absurd, coming across his body, that perfect volley, and then was in the right place. He got the penalty for the second. Obviously missed the third, but he does so many good things well, and then he dumps a penalty, and it's like, all right, well, he's a bottler. But on the other side of things, for about 80 minutes after Juve went up 2-0, they just sat back and tried to absorb Tottenham just playing the ball around, and clearly it backfired. So yes, you can blame Higuain for missing that pen, but Juve as a whole just weren't good enough.
If you guys are wondering why we say Higuain, let me tell you a little quick story. When I played at the New York Red Bulls, our coach Mike Petke, we were having a meeting, and we were playing against Gonzalo Higuain's brother. What's his first name?
Federico
Higuain. And Mike Petke, who was new to the job as the coach, kept calling him Higuain. And he kept saying, follow Higuain around. And I could see that when you look at the name, it doesn't make any sense. But he's got a famous brother. And everybody says his name all the time. And so it was shocking to us, and that's why we say it every time we call him Higuain. So if you guys want to get on it, call him Higuain. It'll be an inside joke.
Join the movement. That's a bit.
fun. Disrespectful, but
that's
fun.
a bit.
It's not my fault. Like,
Totally.
Listen, it's a bit.
it's a bit. Yeah.
There's just a lot of discussion about Harry Kane doesn't wear number 9.
Yeah.
I was not serious about the.
Yeah.
But then actually,
People are
sometimes he
upset
does
with
for England, so that's kind of nice to
Yeah,
see.
that's true.
That's
England's got your back.
Yeah.
When they.
Here's,
Tres Leones.
What?
I was just going to move on to some more questions.
Okay. What other questions you got?
Get after it.
Will Messi score against Chelsea? This is not a. This is Dash.
Is that Dash?
No, it's not Dash.
No. Messi has never scored against Chelsea, but that is like. That was like the Peter Cech stat for a long time, and then now it's the Chelsea stat.
It was the Buffon stat too. It was a Buffon stat. Yeah, I think he's gonna score against Chelsea.
Dash, would you rather have Messi score against Chelsea and Chelsea go through, break that, you can never say it again in your life, or Barcelona goes through and Messi doesn't?
All day Chelsea goes.
Obviously.
Chelsea!
That's not even.
You know, have you talked to Dash before? He's
Yeah,
completely irrational.
You cannot
He does
pick
not have a
Dash's
grasp
response
of
to
reality
literally
whatsoever,
anything.
and you're going to stand up
Are
for
you
his decision.
I'm
joking?
just saying, he
Both
loves,
of you guys are
he
just.
loves Chelsea. He doesn't
You know,
love
you know what it
he
is?
doesn't love
You know,
scoring
Pat
records
is a
against
rat.
Chelsea. That's
What do you
not
mean?
even-
That's his bragging point all the time.
yeah, but
Messi's
like-
never scored against Chelsea.
But like-
Chelsea.
Okay, but I mean, it's a fine question, but I think it's an obvious answer.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's talk injuries. Unless you have another question from
No,
the comments.
let's go to injuries.
All right, injuries. Big thing in the game. It's been a big discussion both in NFL football, American football, and global football about concussions, about concussion protocols, about injuries in sport. Ryan Mason's now been forced to retire. He's actually been offered, I think, a job at to go to Tottenham and be one of the coaches.
I didn't know
Coach
that.
Dino offered that, which is awesome.
That was really
I respect that a lot, but yeah, do you think the protocols are strong? Do you think they're in a good place? Do you think, you know?
I think it's way too much of, like, oh, the player says he's fine. Also, a lot of like pressure is placed on team doctors to kind of, because they answer to the team, and their job is not to do what's best. It is to do what's best for the team, but to them, it's to do what's best for the player. And those teams do not always. I said teams.
You say teams?
Those them teams do not.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. No, they do not always go
Kind of
together
all right now, so I get why you're using that accent.
But yeah, it's such a tough position for those doctors to be in. But that's why I think it should be like a separate thing from maybe the FA or Champions Leagues. Whatever the governing body is, there should be an independent doctor there to evaluate players, then send them back out on the pitch. Because Taylor Twellman talks about it all the time, but I really do think it's an issue in the game. Like, we're seeing a lot of it.
Obviously, Ryan Mason, you talk about a guy like Taylor Twellman who had such a bright career, scored so many goals, and then was forced out of the game, just kind of waiting and waiting. Chris Rolfe, guys like that, they're just sort of waiting. Aleko Eskandarian and other guys just waiting for that chance for things to get better, and they don't get better. So clearly there was something wrong before that. It sucks. Hopefully Ryan Mason takes a job and gets to stay in the game in another aspect. Guys, before we bring on our special guest, guess what? Giveaway time! All you got to do is click that link in the comments. We've got these Predator street shoes, indoor shoes to give away to you guys. Click that link, fill out that quick little survey. It's all about this live show, what you guys want to see, what you guys want, who you want to be on, and all those types of things. So fill it out. It takes like a minute. We're going to be doing a giveaway on next week's live show of these boots. So make sure that you fill that thing out because, you know, who doesn't like free, sick, new shoes? But guess what? I'm going to let Aaron do a little introduction here for our special guest. And we're going to talk about all things NWSL coming up.
Yeah, guys, we have my girlfriend, Yael Averbach, Seattle Reign player, former U.S. women's national team player. She is here. She's in the building. We're going to talk a little bit of women's soccer and a little bit of Pat being a rat.
Awesome. You're being a rat?
We're having a little bit of audio issue. We're going to get her sorted out in a second. But Pat, is there anyone else in the comments talking about anything at all?
I don't know. I'm about to incite a riot and just start talking about League of Ireland in these comments.
Name three
Ireland,
teams from League
boys,
of Ireland.
Where are you at?
Name three teams from the League of Ireland.
Oh, we're good. Hey, we got
Bohemian St. Patrick's.
we've got an actual competition format show coming out tomorrow. Is it? Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Coming out tomorrow. I challenge. Oh, actually, he challenges. Do you challenge me? You're the host. It's your show. You
challenging
me.
you.
Yeah. And I rocked
guest.
my Bohemian scarf. It's tight.
He did.
It's
He also
really good.
rocked
Looks good. We won't tell you who won, but it was a fun time. I'll tell you both of us overperformed, though.
We did. Honestly, I'm a little bit impressed with how we both performed. Yeah, but you guys will check it out. You'll see.
Yeah, you'll see.
I'm not going to give away too much.
Well, guess what? Our special guest limo is pulling up right now next to our 50-floor studios here, wide open.
Bring her up. Averbach is here. Come through.
All right. Welcome, welcome.
What's up?
I'd give you a hug, but I smell really bad.
I don't smell
right
bad.
now.
I can smell you. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I'll stay closer to Aaron.
Yeah.
All right, let's start off with NWSL. Record 6th year.
Yeah, so
Pretty important.
big year. I don't think we talk about that enough, how big that is for our league, because, I mean, the two previous leagues, the WUSA and WPS, both folded after 3 years, so the fact we've doubled that is pretty awesome.
Do you see this continuing for a while, or you know, we've seen a team fold now? Is there stability to rely on?
Yeah, I mean, we're all hoping. I think there's always a little bit of turbulence, we would say, in the women's game at this point. I mean, I think MLS saw that in the early years as well. So even when we talk to them, we get a feel, okay, you know what, we're not alone in this. This is normal for beginning sports leagues. So I think actually, you know, although it's unfortunate, we lost FC Kansas City this past offseason and the Boston Breakers, and obviously that really sucks for the players involved in those organizations and the staff and everything. I think that it will actually move our league forward in terms of just making sure that we're really stable and that the organizations that are part of the league are like fully committed and able to do an awesome job. So I think moving forward, it will actually be a blessing in disguise. Just some rough times this offseason.
So aside from us expecting the U.S. women's national team to completely dominate everyone in the world, what else can we expect this year?
Well, we should expect that. You know, I think it's really interesting because the women's game around the world is catching up. I would say catching up. It's not even that. It's just the quality of the women's game around the world is so good now. And I wish there was more visibility because, you know, you guys, we watch Champions League, we watch all these men's games, and you guys talk about it and stuff. And I just wish there was that visibility surrounding the women's game because, you know, I've seen, you know, some of the Euros games and I have to stream them on all these weird, sketchy streams and stuff. But the quality is so impressive. And I think we're going to see some of those players coming into NWSL, which is exciting. On a lot of the teams, a lot more international players. And I just think we should all keep an eye on the international game as a whole because we're used to our U.S. team dominating, which they should and should continue to do so. But everyone else is getting pretty good.
I'm going to propose a solution then. Since we need more coverage of that. Sorry, Seattle, she's not coming. She's joining us. She's going to be talking about it every week right here. This is a huge announcement.
Huge new transfer.
Roll out the TIFO. Do you have the TIFO? Roll out the TIFO.
Who's got the TIFO?
Hit the horn. So, new USSF president. Still some roles to fill, like GM roles and VP roles and independent director roles, board of directors, things like that. What are some of the changes that you're hoping to see going into this year and then obviously a big qualifying year and heading into the Women's World Cup cycle?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy for us to look and think of all these changes and everything should get scrapped and we got to start over. But realistically, I think it's the little things that will be really important. And note on the women's side, looking at our league, the big thing we need is to continue to solidify our front office. We need to have an official commissioner named. We played last season without a commissioner. And just to continue to staff that front office and empower people to run our league and be totally self-sufficient in doing that. Because as players, you know, we have requests, we have a back and forth with the league, a really good dialogue, but oftentimes there are not enough people staffed with that being their primary responsibility. So we're left with like, okay, that person has to ask, that person has to ask that person, and it just, you know, it'll make things more efficient if we have a full staff.
And a player like yourself, you know, what has it been like, I guess, spending half of a year in one country playing and then sometimes in another country playing? I mean, that's got to be, you know, you guys are both laughing because clearly you guys have been through that together, but like, yeah. I mean, how difficult is that challenge to constantly be on the move, to continue to sort of pursue the game that you love and continue to push your limits as a player?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's brutal, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Honesty, finally we got some honesty.
The playing part of things I absolutely love. I think, you know, I feel, I'm at 31 now, I'm not shy to admit it. I feel like I'm at the top of my game playing-wise. That's the part of my career, though, it's really taking a toll. It's just, you know, and Aaron sees it, the anxiety I have surrounding the packing up process, the transition, the leaving, it's terrible. And I thought I'd get better at it over time in my career. I'm sure, like, you can imagine, you know how it is. You think it gets easier, but it, for some reason, doesn't get so much harder.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard enough sometimes when you spend an entire year there not knowing what's next, but to constantly be on the go and pursuing it in a different way that kind of breaks a year up into different segments, it's got to be a challenge. Any final thoughts, Aaron? Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
This is your chance.
He's
on camera. This thing is rolling.
I never talked to her. You're wearing the Techni shirt. I want you to talk a little bit about Techni and what do you think that represents for U.S. soccer as a whole, kind of.
Yeah, whoa. Well, that's real big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Technique Football is actually a business I launched not even 2 years ago now. And it's primarily focused, well, actually solely focused at the moment on technical development. So just a player and a ball, and it gives players individual training sessions. So a weekly individual session where you can go out and spend time with the ball. And basically, the whole idea is, in every other country, the kids are in the street doing these things naturally. It's just part of the culture to have a ball at your feet all the time. Here we have so much programming. People have training 3-4 times a week, and players just don't develop that intuitive knowledge of what to do to kind of fine-tune their game on their own. So what I've tried to do is provide players with a blueprint for that. And I think the biggest thing, talking about the new president and everything we do in the U.S., I think we have so many resources and experts in our country, and the more we can pull in all of those resources, so hopefully I would love if Technique Football is one of them, but just not even speaking of that, but there's so many experts. If we can pull it and resource, all those things together, I think that's when we start to really make some positive change.
I like it. Pat, anything going on in the comments? Any questions from there? Any questions you want to ask?
Yeah, here's a cool question.
Before her limo picks her up and takes her.
It's waiting. I have a limo driver.
So this is a huge limo right outside our door right now. It's one of the longest limos I've ever seen. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy that you paid for that.
Dude, I mean, I'm balling.
Yeah.
I'm balling.
That's coming out of our editorial budget.
That's really sweet.
Aaron hasn't ran that by you yet. What a nice guy though. Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day. It's in the budget for Valentine's Day.
There's a couple questions for her about Liga MX Femenil. What do you think about that league? Because people are clearly very interested in it. So.
I'll be very honest, I don't know much, which is a problem, because I think that's like what I was saying before, is there are leagues springing up around the world on the women's side, and also leagues who have been around for longer than NWSL or anything we've been doing in the US, and the fact that I don't know about it, then who's going to know about it? So I think the more coverage we can get on these things, even if it's just little highlight, sometimes I see highlight videos on Instagram and stuff, and even that is a good start. But yeah, I wish I could say more, but we need more coverage.
Totally.
Any other questions?
Totally. Scroll through Dash anymore. Someone's asking about the Women's World Cup. Mostly, someone's asking when the World Cup is, and then
it's weird that he goes close to the screen.
Yeah, what is that?
Well,
clarifies the question.
I've got 10% battery, so I have my lighting.
So
because I wasn't prepared for the show. And yeah,
some people more honesty. Look, honesty inspires honesty. I like that.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks, guys.
False alarm, Seattle. Turns out that she is actually on her way. We'll send her in the limo.
It was almost as good as Becky Sauerbrun's fake eye.
Yeah, that was good. That got me.
That was pretty solid.
That was good. Thank you for coming on. All right.
Thank you.
That was a lot of fun. Good times.
I enjoyed that. Yeah.
It's nice to hear insight from other sides of the game, and obviously some of the struggles they're going through, but some of the optimism of developing not just the women's game, but the game across the United States. So pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Pat, what else is going on in the comments, man?
There's honestly been an argument about the Real Madrid PSG game for
What is the argument?
You're just saying stuff. So just say more things. What are people talking about?
Okay, it's about a foul.
Was it the foul, presumed foul on Ronaldo?
Is this the Ronaldo stuff?
Modric flopped like a fish, but he's a good boy. We don't talk about them good boys.
That sounds like actually something you would.
That actually sounds like you wrote that.
Oh, I typed that. It's not simulation if you are fouled, though. Simulation is a yellow card.
Did you
Cruz dived, and so did Modric.
I don't know what Pat is doing, but did you think the quote-unquote foul on Presno Kimpembe before the Ronaldo, or I think it was the second goal?
First of all, let's talk about Kimpembe. Last year he was really, really good in the first leg against Barcelona, right? And then he got subbed off, and it was homeboy
Thiago.
Yeah, the captain the team. They fell apart. This year, reversed it again.
A little flippy.
They were up 1-0. Everything looked great. Fell apart 3-1. Ronaldo came to life at the end of that game.
Yeah, he never does it, to be honest.
He hasn't so much lately. Guys, don't get mad at me for that. We can all agree that Ronaldo's having an off year, right? I still think he's one of the best in the world. Yes, I'm not saying he's. I will never say he's the best, because then you guys will kill me.
Let's address that. Are we not allowed to talk about players being in poor form? We're not saying Ronaldo is a bad player. We're not saying he's not one of the greatest ever. But he's not playing well.
Does he hurt the team more than he helps the team? He is the one guy in that squad who you cannot sub off at any time.
Yeah.
Unless he takes himself off.
When he's in bad form, yes, he hurts the team because everything is forced to go through him. He's the biggest ego probably in the world, to be honest. And if the ball doesn't go to him most of the time, and if he's missing chances, if he's a vacuum, a bad type of vacuum when he's not playing well, and he hurts the team. But he's Ronaldo. So you got to take that with the good and the bad. You got to take the good and bad.
I think it hurts more than he helps. He's at a point now where every year it gets closer to that year where it's like last year was his best year. Last year was his best year. And right now, clearly, okay, he scored a bunch of goals in the group stages, right, in the Champions League. But in the league, obviously, they're way off pace. But today, 2 goals, right? 2 goals. And all you can say is like over 90 minutes, did he really contribute? No, but he got his 2 goals. You can't argue that. But on another day, don't get your penalty. Does he help?
No.
He went down 1-0 and he was screaming, throwing his arms up.
That's why you got to take that chance. When he's in your team, you have to, because that's why he's in your team.
I mean, it's easy for us to pick all that apart when he's in form or not in form, but I'd say an out of form him is still unbelievably good. But it also helps to get him off the field once in a while. Let him rest his body. But I think he puts so much pressure on his own
It's not just for him. Like when he's on the field, because he's such an overshadowing presence, it restricts a lot of those other guys sometimes.
Yeah.
But I mean, what can you say? He got his 2 today. They're up 3-1. So
3-1. The man is looking like a genius. The man I am talking about is me. Pat, what else is going on in the comments?
The comments are completely dominated by some serious arguing between Real Madrid and PSG. Ronaldo plays very poor. His shooting has been atrocious. Without penalties and tap-ins, his season is nothing, is what someone said.
Yeah, but isn't that the sign of somebody really, really good? Like, did anybody ever say about Ruud van Nistelrooy, like, that guy bombs? You don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna turn back. Like he scored everything. He scored everything within 5 yards, and they were tapping.
It's the
right place at the right time.
The
fact that he was willing to make that hard run and got the opportunistic bounce is great news. Like that's him willing to go out on a limb and do that. Like he didn't have to make that run. He didn't have to charge that. Yeah, he got the luck of a bounce, but that's what a good striker does. He's very capable of doing that.
It's the eternal like tap-in argument. Like if tap-ins are so easy, why doesn't everyone score them?
Yeah.
Like you have to have.
Why don't you score them?
Yeah. You have to have the movement off the ball. You have to have the ability to read the game to be in those places. And a lot of guys miss wide open shots. We see them all the time. It's not like tap-ins are quote unquote that easy all the time. Gabriel Jesus gets that argument. He's been one of the newer ones. Pinaldo, the tap-in argument. But those guys, the movement off the ball is what's the most important part, and that's what makes a good striker and finishing ability. But like Van Nistelrooy, Pippo Inzaghi, tap-it merchants, but they scored hundreds of goals. Like, what's the argument against them?
I get it.
Are you mad because they scored goals?
I love when people address comments just to me.
Okay, what do they say?
We got, hey Pat, who do you support in CL? Which is a good question.
Who do you support?
Probably.
Basel just got pounded yesterday.
Yeah, but they showed a lot of heart.
They showed that looked like the opposite of showing heart.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's not how. I don't.
Do you not support a team in the Champions League? Not support, but like, who would you like to see do well in the Champions League that's left there right now, or maybe not even there? It's a very simple question, Pat. Just figure it out.
That's a good question, man. I don't
do
know.
These people have names, by the way, in the comments because you're making them imaginary people?
Yeah.
You know?
I
would love, guys, here's the problem with Pat, okay? We'll go back to Dash. Dash did a great job of addressing you guys. We had this intimate conversation because he said the names, and we got to just go back and forth these names. Like, oh, these are our friends now because they have names.
They have
Pat
names that we can
treating them not like humans.
No, they're just fodder for comments for Pat. They're just content
Put some names on it.
This is, man. We're not going to start
like
on
Siraj.
Gabby is asking.
Siraj, that's one of the guys. I know. Doesn't he usually come after us?
Who do you think about
Isn't it Siraj likes?
Wasn't Siraj about the iPad? He was the one that hated the iPad, right?
Just tell me I'm not doing a good enough job. I'm a tier 3.
Siraj opinion is better than, right? That's what it is?
Now they're hashtagging Pat out.
That's great. Pat out!
Pat out!
Hey, guys,
I'll go.
I wish we had a card we could drop in right now saying, should Pat go? Vote yes or no.
Don't vote.
I wish it was that simple to give you guys a pair. If I could give all of you guys a pair of these Predator shoes that we're going to be giving away, again, all you got to do is go into the comments, click that link, fill out the quick little survey. We're going to hand these out next week's show, so make sure you turn into that. Yeah, easy does it. It's the easiest way that you earn a pair.
Work tomorrow.
Pat is currently
in the.
If we can we pan the camera all the way far enough to Pat because he's currently offset. Might not be possible.
You're gonna now you messed up the entire. Now you messed up the entire thing.
We're missing Pat. There he is. Dude. Pat over there in the war room.
Get that camera.
Get that camera out of my face.
I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go.
Nowhere to go. Dash. Block his lane out. Don't let him out. Guys, guess what today is?
Guess what
today is?
Trying to run away.
Today. Oh yeah. All right, Pat, you get 30 seconds. You get 30 seconds to address your camera and explain to the crowd why they shouldn't out you.
Oh, someone said stay strong.
No,
Pat.
listen.
Joey said stay strong, Pat. Thank you, Joey.
Yeah. He said someone again. That's what's great is he didn't even say Joey's name when Joey gave him a compliment.
Why can't Heath and why can Heath and Aaron read the comments too? I don't know. You guys.
Why can't Heath and Aaron?
Why can't they? I don't
because
know.
we actually have to do something for the show because we had to give Pat a role. He's had a role all this time. He's
like for a long time.
Everybody sees when those rappers get big. You have a bunch of those people that you just don't know.
Octavio, this show is amazing, and Pat read most of my comments. Pat's still a virgin.
Here's the thing. Pat's internship ran out, so we had to give him something to do.
Yeah.
Sticking him in a corner and let him
Trey
talk about
says
socialism.
Pat in. Man loving this banter. Oh, dude, these people are here for me.
It's amazing how Pat took all of your comments, didn't care, didn't give you a name, didn't humanize you, didn't make you feel part of this family, the Copa family that we've been trying to build every single week, 5 p.m. on this live show on Wednesdays after Champions League.
Says
or not Champions League. Pat in. But here he is.
Pat needs a raise. Okay, the people are here for me. You guys are the enemy.
Listen, here's the thing, though.
Here's the thing. Way up there.
Here's the thing.
Says,
Stop. You did not care about the people until we called you out. All you did is just take their content and not even credit them for it.
Jacob says, I'm getting so much support. And you should hear this, is I'm in the comments the whole time just talking regular.
Can I make a point?
I don't need to bring it here to converse with the people, the proletariat.
Can I make a point?
What?
Right after we called you out for not using names, your first response to a compliment was, some guy just said Pat in. And then you said his name. You didn't even say that guy's name, and he gave you a compliment.
Because I don't want to dox him, because you're like hating on everybody that's pro me.
Define dox real quick. Hold on. Define dox.
It's an acronym.
For?
Who?
Nope.
Vladimir Pat.
Doxing is if you got that guy's real name, his address, probably his place of work, and sent the internet after him. All we wanted you to do is
my man watches CSI Miami.
Reveal his username.
Wow, okay, we got a Heath out now, and we have a Pat as the backbone of this company. You turn on me, and it's going to affect you.
Listen, here's the thing.
Because these are my babies.
All right, guys, time out. We got to move on. We got to move on. Today is actually Valentine's Day. It's about love.
It is.
It's about love.
I'm going on a date tonight.
First of all,
it's about romances.
Lillian in our office set up a Valentine's Day for the single women who are her friends, and then invited all the single men, which seems to defeat the purpose of their girls' night. That's a conversation for another time. We're going to move on to bromances and football. No, I just think it's weird. I think it was weird. Okay, you formed this whole thing being like, it's our night, and then you invited all the...
okay.
Then it just seems like a...
I mean, on the one hand, inclusivity, dope, but, I mean, it's a Galentine's. Like, it shouldn't be gals.
Yeah. Galentine's.
I don't know.
Anyways, football bromances, there are some great ones in the game, guys, especially on this time every year. The first thing I wake up, the thought that I have in my house when I wake up in the morning, aside from how wonderful my wife is and my kid and my family and all the things I'm thankful for, aren't football bromances nice? Let's talk about some of the football bromances that take place in the game today. You've got Messi and Ronaldinho. Do you remember that? That was a really, really nice one.
Ronaldinho used to knock on Messi's door when he was in La Masia to go kick around with him.
Yeah.
That's how you know someone was probably pretty good, when like Ronaldinho is going to go, hey, come on, let's go kick around.
Do we have any photos of that one? Oh my gosh, look at that.
I love that.
Somebody designed hearts too.
Love that.
See, that's the thing. If I knew who did that, I'd give him a name, unlike Pat, who would just say somebody just built the hearts thing and that's it.
Rough.
What's some other ones?
Coutinho, Neymar.
Okay.
Coutinho, Neymar is a solid one. There's like pictures of them from when they were tiny little baby children together.
I like that one. Pat, do you have any football bromances?
Me and Denny Zatella.
Okay.
Shout out.
Do we have a photo?
He didn't know you existed until like 3 weeks ago.
I mean, I'm there for him every game, but whatever.
Did he not know that?
Yeah, when I played pickup with him, I told him, I was like, my coworker loves you.
Oh, he was playing cool, dude. He knew Valentine's Day was coming up. He was trying to be cheap on you. We didn't want to send you flowers for being a supporter.
That actually hurts me pretty big. I spent a lot of time alone.
I was with Danny during his 3 caps, and I'm going to have a word with him because I would expect better than that because you've tweeted multiple times out of support. Carragher and Neville.
That's a solid one, yeah. That is a solid one.
I accidentally wrote Carrick, but that didn't make any sense. It was Carragher. Neville, that's a good one, right?
That is a
Some
solid
bromance there.
Yeah.
Goetze and Royce.
Goetze and Royce is a good
one.
one.
You like that one?
Yeah. I also like the Royce and Lewandowski bromance. Like, there's that video of when Levy transferred to Bayern, the first time Dortmund and Bayern played each other. Like, Royce is trying to stand there, like, looking hard, and Lewandowski's trying to stand there looking hard, and they, like, catch each other's eye, and they're like...
I like that. That's bromance.
They do the Thierry Henry smile.
Gabby says Heath and Henry. Because remember that time in that parking lot?
What?
Wait, what was the rest of that story? That sounds weird.
I'm in that parking lot. Are you talking about with the
He's trying to get mad at me because of the name dropping thing. He's trying to throw it in.
No, I'm not.
To take a jab
Someone
at
said
me
Heath
because he
and Henry
doesn't humanize our fans on the internet. That's not my problem. Don't turn that on me.
Shout out Rashid. He's watching from Pakistan at 3:55 a.m. I guess it's 3:58 now, but shout out.
Shout out Rashid. That is actually tight. That is super tight.
What's your parents' phone number? I'm calling them, letting them know you're out past curfew.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
You're out past curfew. We gotta have a talk. Your Valentine's Day is over. What's your excuse?
Someone said Pep and his ego as a football bromance. That's funny.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
We're taking hard turn on Valentine's Day.
Who has a harder bromance? Pep in his ego or Mourinho in his ego?
Or Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo in his ego. Or Zlatan in his ego.
Zlatan and Marcelo? Yeah.
No,
Maxwell. Zlatan and Maxwell. Zlatan and Maxwell was a big one. Zlatan took Maxwell to like 4 different clubs. He was with him at Ajax. He took him to PSG. I think he might have gone to Milan. He was at Barcelona too. Like he just they were besties, and he was like, you know what? I'm good. You're not that good, but if I'm gonna make sure you come with me.
We also got Ronaldo and Marcelo, Marcello, if you want to call him that. Look at that, saluting our American troops in that photo. Great.
Jamie Riyad Mahrez, Vards and Mahrez.
Oh my gosh, Ronaldinho and Fat Ronaldo.
Hey, whoa.
It matched on a tooth level.
What a disrespectful,
phenomenal.
What a disrespectful nickname. The guy does so much, and he's now boiled down to Fat Ronaldo. Just disrespectful.
In some cultures, that's considered a term of endearment. Sure got quiet.
Can you disprove that?
Unbelievable.
Talk me out of that one.
Well, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. Iniesta and Xavi.
For Gabby, I'm gonna go ahead and throw out Jordan Henderson and Adam Lallana just for Gabby.
Oh, it's not this Gabby. That's not. It's a
doesn't matter.
Gabby. Okay, but right on.
Cool. All right, let's move on to this new segment we started last week while you were gone. It's called Rat or Very, Very Good. I'm going to ask you a few questions on players. You're going to say whether they're a rat or they're very good because there is no in between. This is actually we're going to create some accountability with you, all right?
Cool. Did you see the rats outside this morning? The big blow up?
Oh, I solidarity with the show. I didn't. Yeah, they're on my phone. I mean, it's tough to take a full photo.
What would you do with 10,000 of those rats? You'd take on anyone.
No.
Okay, yeah, 100%.
Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
5 people. Do you have anybody on top of your head?
So rat or who? Rat or what?
Rat or they're lovely.
What's the opposite of rat?
Lovely.
Like an Arctic fox?
No. Just, this is simple.
Okay.
They're a rat. You call them, you start with,
CFC, probably.
you say their name and you say rat or they're lovely.
Okay, so rat or Arctic fox?
No. Don't do this. Okay, go ahead, ask the first one.
David Villa.
Arctic fox?
David Villa.
Huge rat.
Oh my gosh.
You knew it was going to start like that.
Like a vile rat that spread the plague.
Jack Harrison.
Jack Harrison's actually a really nice guy. And David Villa seems like a really nice guy too.
Don't talk. The rules of this game. You say their name and you say amazing or lovely or rat.
But I'm not Dash. I'm not.
This is how we're testing whether you get to come back on the show because the people love the rat segment.
All right, Jack Harrison, because he left NYCFC, he's lovely.
Speaking of which, guys, we're doing. We have a Walk Talk Football coming out with David Villa on Monday, so make sure you stay tuned for that on our YouTube channel. It won't be live, but it'll be awesome. David Villa is a really, really cool dude. So thanks to La Liga for setting that up. We're also going to be doing a giveaway at La Liga in the future on something that David Villa signed for us, so stay tuned for that as well. But thank you, La Liga, for hooking up. It was a great time. And make sure you guys at home, whether you're on the home or on the bus or whatever, wherever you're watching this from, make sure you tune in to that.
What is
Pat is standing
he's doing parkour. He's going to break the
John Hoffman said, I saw a rat score a pen against PSG today.
Oh,
Ronaldo. Do I get 3 more?
Ronaldo.
I mean...
No, there is no I mean.
The rules are
Arctic
fox. No.
Arctic fox, baby hippopotamus.
Lovely. Say Ronaldo lovely.
Ronaldo lovely.
Okay.
Edinson Cavani.
Oh, super lovely.
Okay. Neymar.
Lovely. I don't hate these guys. If they don't play for NYCFC, then it's like I'm not gonna call them a rat.
So any Red Bull player.
No, Red Bull's really in that area.
Mike Grella.
I like Mike Grella. He's lovely.
Okay.
Give me more of these.
John Joe Shelby.
Lovely. He'd be the best player in MLS.
He's just a vehicle for Dash's thoughts now.
Yeah.
That's all he has no original
Dash,
thoughts.
you don't want this, Dash. You get on the show by him not being good at this. And you're teaching him how to be good at this.
Don't pit me and Dash against each other for who gets to be in this spot. Because if it's Dash, I'm happy for him. If it's me, then Dash is right there for me. This is exactly what the bougie... The bougie class does. You pit the proletarians against each other and make us hate each other, and that's how you take away our power.
First of all, Dash is from the west side of London. He's not a pro.
Yeah.
Boom. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Yeah. Dash is from the
landowning class.
Yeah, Dash
the
is
landowning
He's not from the working class neighborhood.
Listen.
Let's see the calluses on those knuckles.
Can I get more rats?
All right.
Can I get more rat?
Jamie Vardy.
Oh, he's a bit of a rat, isn't he?
Paul Pogba.
Lovely.
Good. If you had called the only black player a rat, I would have been upset with you.
Whoa! Okay, yeah. I mean, I love that guy.
I
wish that
segment was ready.
Dash out. Don't turn us. Okay, comments.
All right, you have any other
Hashtag Dash and Pat. I can get down with that.
Hold on.
Danny Zatella. Lovely. Arctic Fox.
Danny Zatella.
Jesse Marsh.
Jesse Marsh is kind of lovely. Yeah, I'd say.
Patrick Vieira, not a player, human.
Legend.
I have to see. He's not. He's not
no
a rat.
C's. There's no
but
C's.
He's not
No.
Oh,
You know the game,
Pat.
Pat. The game is very simple.
The game is the game.
Dash stepped in seamlessly, had no problem addressing every person.
Okay, so he's not a rat.
He's parkouring
but he's
now.
The camera literally clicked off of him because he doesn't deserve what he's doing right now. It doesn't deserve camera time.
Give me back my time. He's not a rat, but he's not a rat.
Okay.
The game's different now. He's like a. He's medium rare, if rare is bad.
Okay. Any other ones that we can ask him?
Darlington Nagby.
This game sucks because it's not about someone can't.
I'm sorry. Do you not want to play anymore?
No,
do you not want to play anymore? Dash, is Dash mic'd up? Because Dash loves this game.
He does.
There's one thing I know about Dash is that he loves this game.
Jack Wilshere.
Trey, I did trip up. You're right, man. I couldn't say it.
Jack Wilshere.
Jack Wilshere. A little bit of a rat boy.
A little bit of rap. Well, you just lost a friend in our office.
Yeah, dude, I'm so sick of Arsenal. I have to say, sorry. I just like
guys.
I'm so sick of Arsenal.
Guys, I think we've had enough of our rat segment for today. We'll discuss internally how we feel that went. I can say right now, I'm not impressed.
Honestly, I mean, off the top of my head,
I don't want to be emotional.
Dash's rat segment was way better.
Put Dash back in.
No,
it's that easy.
Here's the thing.
Now Dash is taking him off this. This is
I like you, Pat.
Garbage.
I like you, but you just gotta do better.
Give it a different segment because I'm not. He's a different man than I am.
All right, so final thoughts. Liverpool, can they win the Champions League? Can they reach the Champions League final?
In a word, yes.
Oh. Can Liverpool reach the Champions League final?
What did you just read?
Something. I read something.
Will Real Madrid hold on in the second leg?
Yes.
All right, guys.
Liverpool final, yeah. In some universes they could, and in others they won't be. But I think they will.
Fair enough. Well, guys, guess what? It's time to. Is there something that we're supposed to be reading in the comments? I don't know what you guys are having to laugh about, having inside jokes.
No, don't stay out of the comments.
Big time bullying.
Stay out of the comments.
But guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys get down into the comments and let us know how you feel about these shows. Also, make sure you're clicking that link. It's going to be on all of our social channels. We're going to be giving away a sick pair of these right here. Predators, brand new Predators. Unbelievable touch. Will turn any bad touch into a magical touch that's guaranteed, or your money back.
Your touch will look like Bernardo
6 months
Silva.
guarantee. We're going to be giving those away on all of our social channels, so make sure you guys are staying tuned for that. And also keep the conversation going in the comments. Make sure you're checking out our other videos. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel so we can make sure we keep feeding you the content that you like. And if you don't like it, hit us up in the comments and we'll try to change it for you. Make sure that you stay happy. And just, if there's one thing I can give you, one piece of advice I can give you is pad out. Would you agree with that?
I don't know why. I don't know why you're doing this.
I like Pat.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
I don't want Pat out.
We're out of here. Guys, there's no more time for this.
There's no more time.
That's so disrespectful.
There'll be no way of knowing.
Hashtag Pat out.
Pat, can New York Cosmos beat Liverpool?
Really going to the plan. Funny got a stretch car, I need them bands. Brothers gotta eat, wanna feed the fam. Got me trying to see more green than damn. One of my G said to move a box in 1 week. I never said he's been moving boxes all week. Cheese. Can't knock the hustle. Cause they're both getting cheese. And they're both using muscle. But only one's on the street. One man legit for his son. The other's trying to shine like one. Swipe spit 8, it's like a 9. So neither of them die by one. Trying to get us out of the struggle. Watch, it's a matter of time. Say when I burst my bubble, I say as long as I blow, then it's fine. Flow for my fam, cause they say blood's thicker than water. Flow for the gang, cause they waited round for my order. When it's my time to eat, every man grab a plate. Ain't gotta run these streets, ain't gotta watch your weight. Die for my family, only the real relate. Ride on my enemies.